to all the people who told us no. To everyone who said we can't do it, you can't take the hits, don't understand the game, you're too weak, you're gonna get hurt. Oh, we're rugby players. We're bound to get hurt. Mixed ability rugby is a fusion of full contact rugby and inclusion, and the Maoris is the peak of that mountain. We've taken on Welshmen, Englishmen, Ulstermen, Scots, Spaniards and Belgians, winning games and winning over communities. To be a Maoris tourist is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. One game to show everyone just how capable we are. So to all the people who told us no, you just sit back and watch while we do it all over again.
Good evening and welcome to the Maoris squad announcement for the next tour. I'm Jamie, chairman of the Maoris, and I'm joined this evening by Gwyl, El Presidente.
Presidente, thank you very much.
So, we're coming on the back of the last tour, Bath. What an amazing tour. Another one to add to the list.
Brilliant, yeah, really good. Iconic location, great town. Really enjoyed off the field, that was great. Great game of rugby. You know, it was a good hard game.
It was a fantastic game to watch. I mean, we were on the sidelines for the opposition for a while and managed to get on towards the end, but predominantly we watched that game from the sideline. It was one of the best games of rugby I've watched in mixed ability world, to be honest. It was the contact levels of it, the skill levels, considering our Maori team came together that night before. We always say it, but how good was them coaches to bring that team together?
Yeah, it was excellent. A really exciting finish, proper climax to the game. You know, Walcott hanging on by the end, but you know, to be fair to them, perhaps deserved a victory just about. But you know, and it was great to have the boys from Long Levens and Melksham involved with their thing. Felt like a proper occasion, which is obviously what we're after as well, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And some of those boys from Melksham and Long Levens came over to us, and they're all previous Maoris as well. So it was good to catch up with a few of those boys.
Yeah, and the support from the past Maoris was absolutely incredible, wasn't it? I think pretty much 100% of the women's team, the British Isles-based women's Maoris turned up. There can't have been many missing, and just to have hundreds of people all clapping, the family and everything.
Oh, fantastic.
It was superb. It
fantastic.
Really was brilliant.
Some comedy boos for us as well, but all adds to it, didn't it?
Yeah. We don't care. We got broad enough shoulders. No, it was good, wasn't it? It was really good.
Hey, Gwyl, you've got to eat your words a little bit, haven't you? That Benny, what a star.
I think Fussy made him, to be honest. He was just on the coattails of Fuss making all the breaks. He was just doing all the Raz and Mataz afterwards.
That's
and,
a fair point.
You know, almost injured one of the players.
That's a good point.
Bouncing around with his silly headband on.
Yeah.
And then doing a video about it as though he was pleased.
And Fussy making him look so good. Who coaches Fussy?
Us, yeah.
We taught him everything we know. So, with that exciting time at Bath behind us, let's remind ourselves of where we're going next.
Okay, so there we are, back to Cork. Lots of the mixed ability world will be very familiar with Musgrave Park and that bit of Cork after the IMAT was held there.
But it is fantastic to be able to get out there and celebrate Sunday Wells Rebels, the fantastic achievement they've done with Irish mixability, and the fact that we're going back to remind everyone how good mixability can be, not that it needs after that IMAT.
No, and they came through the 10th anniversary of Sunday Wells Rebels. It didn't start easy for them. They had to fight for their place. They've kept going. Obviously 2 World Cups and a semi-final, so they're an iconic mixability team. Musgrave's an iconic location in mixability because of the World Cup being out there, and Cork's a very good place to go for a little wander around.
Yeah, that third half is going to be a fantastic time in Cork again, isn't it? I mean, it has to be said, the Maoris are coming on the back of a few losses now. We do want to celebrate what the rugby element of mixability is, so it's going to be a tough game for the Maoris. I think we've done well in selecting a decent coaching setup there to be able to bring that team together for the win. And speaking of those coaches, before we tell you who they are, let's remind ourselves on how we select the players and coaches for the Maoris.
The Mixability Rugby Invitationals, or the Maoris as they're better known, are an invitational rugby side selecting players from the mixed-ability community. What is mixed-ability rugby? It's an adapted game of full-contact rugby, welcoming those with barriers, impairments or disabilities to play alongside like-minded individuals and those without disabilities. While scrums remain uncontested, the majority of rugby laws remain exactly the same. The Maoris calendar is made up of 3 tours each season, travelling across the globe to play 3 exhibition games a year with a brand new squad for each location. To ensure the touring squad is forever changing, players are only allowed to play for the Maoris once in their lifetime. The Maoris aim to invite players from far and wide, welcoming individuals who champion what it means to be an outstanding mixed-ability player. While this can be interpreted in multiple ways, the Maoris have 4 core values that we look for in prospects: commitment, work ethic, rugby spirit, and arguably the most important factor, passion. The selection process for the Maoris is a collaborative effort. The first stage of selection starts with the Maoris committee, who select the coaching team for the upcoming tour. Between the committee and coaching staff, a player pool of potential Maoris are identified. The second stage of selection brings in the advice of outside parties. The committee and coaching staff identify mixed-ability rugby clubs from around the world and seek the advice of coaches and captains on outstanding players who may be unknown to us. Between the suggestions of the committee, coaching staff and recommendations of club leaders, a final touring squad is selected and the players are invited on to the Maoris tour. With the squad forever changing and with the eyes of the world always on the lookout, it could only be a matter of time before you earn your own Maoris call-up.
It's a great pleasure to announce the coaches for the Sunday Wales game. Head coach this time is going to be David Oliver from Edinburgh IRT, and he is going to be assisted by Nobby from the West Coast Jesters and Dave Roberts from the Newtown Dragons.
Hi, my name's David Oliver. I am Edinburgh Inclusive Rugby Team's head coach, and I have been selected by God only knows why and how to be the head coach of the Maries in Cork in May. And I'm absolutely delighted to be selected. I've been a Marie for the last 2 years. I got my cap against Edinburgh Inclusive. Surprise, surprise. Very, very strange. I now coach these guys. But I got my cap in Edinburgh, and I've been on 3 other tours. I was assistant coach to Ashley Mulligan in Belfast, and I was head spy, which included a lot of strange and weird, wonderful things in Bath just a few weeks ago. But I've now got the big job, and I'm absolutely delighted to be doing this. To be a Marie, what does it mean? It meant the world to me. It meant absolutely everything to be selected by your peers and to be put your name being put forward by people who respect you and actually think that you are worthy of being part of this family, because we are a family. We look after each other, we go on a tour, and we become friends, and it becomes very natural. You guys have been selected, who I'm going to name very soon. You guys are going to have the best weekend that you could ever imagine. You will be involved in absolutely everything. The rugby is very important to us. It's not the only thing for the weekend. You will be doing this, that, and the other, and lots of it. You will have the time of your life, gentlemen. And I hope that you take something out of this weekend that I've always taken every single weekend. Every weekend is special, and this is our special weekend, which will be in Cork. And I can't wait for May. I'm counting down the minutes, the days, the hours, the seconds, or whatever way it comes in. And here are the boys selected. We have Ben Winstanley of IMAS, Chris Walsh of West Cork Jesters, Daniel Parton of Shropshire Stags, Garrett, Mr. Darcy, as we're calling him, Sunday Wells Rebels, Finn Lyons of DLSB Vikings, Fraser Buxley, Melksham Stags, Gerard Barry of West Cork Jesters, James Bailey of Melksham Stags, Jeremy Flowers of Melksham Stags, John Tyrrell of Port Talbot Panthers, Carol Jacks of Bolton Buccaneers, Killian Byrne of Arklow Red Kites, Matt Powell of Shropshire Stags, Matt Taylor of Bolton Buccaneers, Michael Cronin of West Cork Jesters, Paul Colgan of West Cork Jesters, Paul Roach of Arklow Red Kites, Ralph Lewis of Port Talbot Panthers, Ronan Greeny of DLSB Vikings, Ryan Howells of Port Talbot Panthers, Simon Buckley of DLSB Vikings, Wayne Sharples of Bolton Buccaneers, Willie Schubert of IMAS, Zach Presland of Shropshire Stags. And we have 2 gentlemen coming all the way from Argentina from the Pumpas, whose names will be confirmed at a later date, because we don't have them at this present moment. Gentlemen, welcome, and I hope you enjoy your time with us. We will have numerous times to talk to each other on social media. We'll have numerous times to take the mickey out of each other on social media, and we'll have times to be talking about rugby, all on our chat page. Gentlemen, welcome to the Maries.